Hello everybody and welcome to yet another workshop weekly. I know that I am one day off, but I was busy being a cowboy yesterday. I was playing a lot of Red Dead because, we're all isolated inside, so I'm expanding my game library a little bit, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Welcome to yet another episode of the Workshop Weekly series, a series where we talk about various workshop sets, whether they're old, new, all the above, whether they're wards, couriers, who cares? There's a bunch of them. So we got 4 sets lined up today as well. We have one from Centaur, Necro, Disruptor, and Arc Warden. These aren't in any particular order, so let's get right into it. So the first set that we have is for Necrophos. It's called the Reclaimer of the Lost Souls. It is made by Tatantine and Woozlez. The reason why I picked this Necro set actually was because it's another kind of, it's a Gravekeeper set. It's a very straightforward one, but the reason I liked it a lot is that I could see this set being one of the rares that Valve adds their little custom animations to, because we got this back piece for Necro, and as you can see, maybe they'll infuse it and make it to where it actually has, the arms, trying to grab and reach out, or, maybe it's something that they'll make in the post when the set gets released into the market. But another reason I liked it is because it has a really nice gold look to it that works with the metal that it has too. So if you look up at the top left picture here, you can see it when he ends up using his W. You can see that the everything kind of turns that nice little gold figure. It doesn't really stay the same color. Some of the older Necro items, when he hits W, just turns and doesn't really change the color of the whole entire set. There's still a lot of things that are self-defined, but you can see here that it's like a whole nother set when Necro uses this ability. And the other big thing I liked about it is that it has a hood, and the neck, or the back, is actually a whole different piece in and of itself. Apparently, the head has 2 parts, basically. So there's one item that is the hood, which is part of the back, and then there's the head, which is actually the chain face, which I think is the beard in this scenario. But that's another reason I liked it, because it has more chains. He's a Gravekeeper. He doesn't collect souls, but, he regens from killing the souls. So pretty good set overall, and I'm really looking forward to seeing another one of these sets into the workshop vote that we'll probably end up getting for the battle pass. Next we have Centaur. It's called Maze Roar. It's by Chameleon, Noboru, and Dr. Robo. Now the big thing I do want to talk about the set is that it's another one of those sets where it's a full-blown helmet that's put over Centaur. So there's a couple headpieces out there for heroes that make it to where you don't see the mouth moving when people are doing stuff. This is another one of those sets, because we see that it just covers Centaur's face almost entirely, but I'm 90% sure the helmet is what makes the set when it comes down to, it's a helmet. It's not a talking helmet, and I love the horns that go with it too. And the other thing I like about it is that it reminds people that Centaur is a Highland horse, basically. He's a Centaur. And most Centaurs are of the Highland area. This feels like a very Highland armor set. You even have the carrier flag on the back here that, kind of signifies how much this is a carrier flag Centaur set. I don't know if I really agree with the name called Maze Roar. Of course, names will and can get swapped, but looks like all the effects look pretty darn good. Centaur's baseline color scheme works out well with this too. And it's a Highlander set. And I like it a lot. The only issue I really have with the set is that you can kind of see that the lower part of Centaur, when it comes to the legs, looks like it's still the baseline Centaur when it comes to the leg armor. But the leg armor, I think, is one of the harder spots to kind of get, because I don't think you can actually edit the legs when it gets to that lower portion. I know you can edit the hooves. I don't think the legs can actually be edited. Next, we have a Disruptor set that is called the Lightning Harbinger. This is by DNA, Dota, Pero, Kaelin, who is also Kaelin and a DNA Dota as well, and Pero. When I saw DNA Dota last week when we did the video, I saw he had 6 other sets in his collection, so we'll be maybe picking 1 or 2 every now and again to look at his collection and talk about it. But the reason I like this Disruptor is actually the mount in the most case, because if you look at the spinning profile up onto the left here, the mount is actually empty on the inside. It is a full entire metal electric amalgamation, kind of just strutted together and turned into a mount for Disruptor. The other thing I do like about it is that the hairstyle works out extremely well. It looks a little bit different in-game in comparison to our spinning armory picture, but it has its long flowing hair as well. The mount still sticks with the color scheme as well for Disruptor. It has got a red kind of armor scale look to it, which is why I was a huge fan of that one. I think the only thing I'm not really a huge fan of when it comes to the set is that the legs still look like it's the baseline Disruptor thing. But I believe that the legs are another thing that's a little bit hard to edit. But I think we could see this set coming in as well. It's just we need to see maybe a change to the leg armor on this set overall. And I think most likely the set would be pushed in afterwards. Maybe with a little bit of touch-up as well. But overall, I like the set a lot. The mount is definitely one of the bigger things that I like about it overall. You even have these little shock collar things on the back here, little pumps. Keep pumping that energy out of there. It's pretty good. And last, we have the Arc Warden set by Sir Axe and Aphelion, or Aphelion in a sense. Now, this set is called the Wicked Space Knight. Another set that I think maybe the name needs to be a little bit changed, but overall, the reason I like this set a lot is because it's a less clothy looking set for Arc Warden. And the other big thing too is that I like it when people put in a profile picture of what it may look like with the Immortal. And as you see in the bottom right here, or actually the whole entire right side, this is basically what it looks like without, or with the shoulder pads. And it doesn't look too bad, but I think the shoulder pads make the big difference when it comes to this set. It's another little spiky bit, as you can see on the left picture here, that works out extremely well with Arc Warden's overall set. It's a full bore helmet as well that has an actual color prismatic effect off of it, because most Arc Warden sets kind of don't do anything with his quote-unquote hair, but this one actually gives him that little bit of plume on the back that looks extremely well on the Arc Warden, especially since I have it the picture from behind here. It works out pretty well overall. There wasn't really too many images I actually had to work with this set in the market. In fact, I'm pretty sure I had a lot more at one point in time, but for some reason, they all disappeared. I had collected all these files last night, though, at 2 a.m. this morning, so that might have been another thing as well. But I like this set a lot because it still is a very baseline kind of set. It's not too crazy, and it just might work. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I know that it was only a 7.5-minute video, maybe about 8 minutes because we're going to do this long outro, but I still want to talk about the fact that stay inside, clean your hands, wash your damn legs, etc., etc. Make sure that you keep yourself clean and ready for COVID. We need to fight all of this together, flatten the curve. And thanks so much for watching. It's Party Petey, signing off. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this workshop weekly episode. There will be a lot more in the future, as well as a lot of other videos that we have on this channel. So feel free to take a gander around and take some time and put your feet down. Watch some pleasant videos. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again so much for watching. Consider following, subscribing, doing all the fun jazz that you want to do. We'll see you next time.